Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Pashpika, the channel where we make content about designing, everything about designing. So today video I'm gonna show you how to make a simple cool design in the Photoshop. Again, gonna be using a cool filters, a lot more options in the Photoshop. This is gonna be a really exciting tutorial. Let's dive in. Before go park, consider clicking the like button, guys. I do appreciate that. If you want more such video, consider subscribing, hit the bell icon. Whenever I'm gonna upload new videos, you're gonna get notified about it. Also, you can visit our website www.globalcreative.com for cool freebies and free resources. The link is in the description box below. You can very well join our Global Creative Club membership to get the cool new Photoshop tools like the brushes, the patterns, and the shapes. Every single month you're gonna receive them via this particular membership, in which you can use it for creating your own designs. Full commercial license available. The link of this membership is also description box below. Make sure you check it out. One thing in mind, this is just one of the way to make it. Obviously, there are so many ways in which you can make beautiful, cool designs in the Photoshop. Sky is the limit. Let's dive in. Okay guys, currently we are in the Photoshop. You can see that. So I'm gonna be taking a new white canvas to begin with creating the design. So let's go over to the file, click over to the new and get a new canvas. You can choose any size of the canvas that you wish for your specific design. I'm gonna keep this normal size at 2000 by 2000 pixels, 72 resolution, RGB color mode, background content is white. You can keep as a transparent or choose any specific color that you want for your design. It entirely depends on you. Once you're done with that, simply click OK, and then you would be having a new canvas. Here we are. Now I'm going to be using some of the cool tools in the Photoshop. Obviously, you can actually import some graphics or some tools or anything if you are interested in using them. So I'm going to be using a gradient tool and some of the gradients that I created for myself to use in the Photoshop. And if you're also looking forward to these gradients and creating your design, then you could very well join our Global Creative Club membership to receive these cool gradients every single month with full commercial license that you could use it. The link is in description box below. Anyways, so I'm gonna be picking up a new gradient, the gradient which I've created. So I'm gonna pick up any one of them and we're gonna be creating the designs using this particular gradient. Of course, you could use a graphic or a brush tool or a pen tool as well. Just drag it down in a specific position. You could change the mode as well. Then you can increase the tonicity of the design by using the auto tone option in the image menu. And then you can see how your design is looking. You can readjust it, and until you're done with that, like, keep on experimenting and keep on trying different filters option or maybe a different gradients to see how it's actually looking, or a different mode. So I'm gonna be trying a new filter option over here. So I'm using a filter over here for making this design, and you could see you could change the type of this one. You could use the different types and see how this particular filter will gonna look on your design, or either you could use the different filters as well, not just focusing on one filter. Like, you could do your own way. So I'm trying to use a different filter because I usually use different filters in my other design tutorials, but here I'm using a different one, and you could see how it's actually making a design look like in there. But I think I'm still not satisfied with the way that's looking, so I'm going to be using some other gradient over here, and we're going to be changing its style a little bit. And now you could see it's looking a little bit different than the previous one. In fact, very different. The colors are very different. The pattern is kind of like a same, because we keep the mode as the same and pattern is the same, so that's why it was same, but I want the different color, and that's why I use a different gradient over here. And I'm gonna be going back again, gonna be using that same filter over here. I'm using same filter. You could use a different filters, or you could do the way you want to do it. Simple. Okay, I'm just keeping the thing simple, so that's why I'm using only one filter option. In some other tutorials, I do use the different filters, like a multiple different filters, or I do use a multiple different Photoshop tools to make a design. But this time I want to keep the thing simple, and that's why I'm doing over here. Like, whenever I'm actually making the tutorials, I keep the ideal thing in my mind, what kind of design I'm looking forward to create in that tutorial, and according to that I change and twist and turn and use the different filters, or use only the one filter. Once you're done with the design and you feel like you're satisfied with that, simply save the design, name your file. You could choose any file format, JPEG, PNG, PSDT, any file format which you're interested in, that, then simply click save. And we are done with a simple, very cool design in the Photoshop. It's very simple. I have shown you the step-by-step method. You could also replicate the same, or you could add your own specific touch to this particular design, and you can create your own version of this design. But I think I'm happy the way the design is looking, the end result of the design. It's having a different color combination and a filter option. Obviously, I could have used a different mode option over here that could have resulted in a different design. But then I thought that I want this particular design as the end result, and that's why I've ended over here. This now you could actually save this particular as a gradient as well. You're gonna see a toggle button over here. Then you're gonna go over to the option over here, the save gradients, and you could literally save this one design as a gradient or as a pattern or anything like that. Is a Photoshop tool that you could use for your future design making process. I've shown you in a lot of the different tutorials before, so you could just simply go over to the save gradient option, and then you could very well name your gradient, and the default format of the gradient is .grd. That's the default Photoshop gradient format, and you're gonna be saving your gradient in that particular file format only. So I could very well name it, and you could see these are the gradients that I've actually saved it. I'm not naming it according to it. I'm just giving them the number 1, 2, 3 because I feel like that is more convenient for me. But you could name it the way you want to, which is one is more convenient for you. And obviously the format will gonna be remain same. You don't have the different options to select different formats over here for your gradient. But name your gradients according to it, and then see the format. We have only one, and then simply go and click over to the save option, and you are done with saving the gradient in the Photoshop. Then you can very well load this gradient in the Photoshop again, so that you could very well use for creating your future designs, because this is actually saving in the Photoshop, but then you have to load them and import into your Photoshop to actually use this one for your future upcoming designs. So you could create any design, you could save it as a gradient after that, or you could save it as a pattern, or if you're creating any kind of like a transparent PNG shapes, then you could save it as a shape as well, or you could save as a Photoshop brush as well, like I do most of the different times. And yeah, that's it for this tutorial, guys. If you find this tutorial useful, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Do you want more such tutorial? Any video request is really welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'm gonna be seeing you in the next video. Till then, take care. Bye, guys.